Hello, my motor enthusiasts. Buckle up for some breakneck news from the circuit. Seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton is set to stun us again, this time off the track. In an unprecedented move, Hamilton is swapping his silver arrows for the prancing horse. Yes, you heard it right. He's joining Ferrari in 2025. A decision that has sent shockwaves around the F1 fraternity. Will this be a triumphant swan song for the most successful driver in F1 history, or will it turn out to be a regrettable gamble? The debate is on, and the anticipation is high. This could either be a golden opportunity for Hamilton to snatch an 8th title, or a challenging matchup with Ferrari's fastest, Charles Leclerc. So what does this mean for the rest of the grid? Will Carlos Sainz find a new home? Will Mercedes' new car be a game changer? So many questions, so much excitement. This is going to make the 2025 season a fascinating ride. Hello there, this is your host Enzo, guiding you through the fast-paced world of Formula One.
And I'm William, your trusty co-pilot on this thrilling ride.
As always, we're revving up the engines here on F1 Motor Fever podcast every single day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay in the fast lane with us. Full throttle, here we go. Now, taking a closer look at this surprising shakeup, let's dive into the takes of some prominent writers. Like us, and most of the F1 community, Chris Medland was taken aback by this unexpected move. Hamilton's previous talks about his future with Mercedes had led us to believe he'd conclude his career there. However, Medland views this as an excellent move for Hamilton. Winning an 8th title with Ferrari, where Michael Schumacher won 5 of his 7, would be a stellar end to his career. But there's a catch. What if Mercedes outperforms Ferrari, and the Hamilton-Ferrari partnership doesn't quite click? An underwhelming performance from Mercedes this year could potentially indicate a sense of decline for them, and this could be a crucial year ahead.
I beg your pardon, but I think you've got a little confused there. It wasn't Michael Schumacher who won 5 of his 7 titles with Ferrari, but 4. He won 2 with Benetton before moving to Ferrari.
Oh, my apologies for that slip. Thanks for the correction. Yes, indeed, it was 4 titles with Ferrari, not 5. As I was saying, the prospect of Hamilton potentially winning his 8th title with Ferrari adds an intriguing dynamic to the next season. Speaking of dynamics, this move has also stirred up the driver market, with Carlos Sainz now on the lookout for a new seat in 2025. Any thoughts on that? Hamilton's move certainly is fascinating, and I can't help but recall my own experiences. Back in my reporting days, I once had the honor of interviewing Hamilton. He shared how he was driven by new challenges, and this move, facing up against a younger and arguably one of the fastest drivers, Leclerc, at 40 years old, it certainly fits the bill. This isn't just a commercial move, it's a monumental challenge he's setting for himself.
Haha, sure. Just a casual chat with Hamilton over a cup of tea, was it?
Now, it wasn't exactly a tea party, but yes, it was an enlightening conversation. We should never underestimate the value of these experiences.
You're right, I apologize. It was out of line to scoff at your anecdote. It does provide an important insight into Hamilton's mindset going into this transition.
And that's exactly the question on everyone's mind. Why Ferrari and why now? If the W15 turns out to be a title winner, why wouldn't Hamilton want to go on to try for a 9th title with Mercedes? Or is this a move patterned after his hero, Ayrton Senna, to drive for the celebrated prancing horse before everything changes for 2026?
That's a compelling question indeed. And considering Ferrari's stance, they certainly wouldn't want Hamilton for just a single season, would they?
That's right. It's quite the statement from Ferrari. But this move has also opened up a whole new set of queries. What does the future hold for Mercedes? With the likely switch of Carlos Sainz to Sauber in 2025 and its transformation into Audi by 2026, will Mercedes swoop in and pair Alex Albon with George Russell?
The potential pair of Albon and Russell is intriguing, and it will put Russell in quite a favourable position at Brackley from 2025, won't it?
With Hamilton's exit, Russell stands to gain a lot. And let's not forget the impact of this on the relationship between Toto Wolff and Fred Vasseur. As far as stories go, this one's undoubtedly a surprise that has kick-started the 2024 season with a bang, leaving us with so many unanswered questions about 2025. In the end, regardless of how it all pans out, F1 is indeed the big winner. If you've just joined us here on F1 Motor Fever podcast, we've been discussing the recent, quite dramatic developments in Formula One. The headlines: Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion, will be moving to Ferrari in 2025 in a pairing that sees him go up against Charles Leclerc. The move raises intriguing questions about the future of Mercedes and the potential partnerships they might consider.
It's a move that's taken the F1 world by storm. Hamilton driving for Ferrari, it's a fascinating prospect, and it's left Mercedes with some big shoes to fill.
Absolutely, the implications are far-reaching. Hamilton's move to Ferrari isn't just a Hollywood move, it's a competitive challenge he's setting for himself at the age of 40. It's a testament to his enormous confidence and drive.
Undeniably, Hamilton's transition to Ferrari has stirred up the Formula One world in a big way. It's a plot twist that's ensured an exciting start to the 2024 season, and an even more fascinating 2025 season lies ahead. Shall we continue examining the potential impacts of this move?
The speculated reasons behind Hamilton's move to Ferrari are many. Timing, the performance of the team, perhaps a loss of faith in Mercedes' ability to provide a competitive car. But as we know, Hamilton's strongest emotion is the desire to win. He might be looking for his 8th title, and he's certainly not one to shy away from a gamble.
And who knows, perhaps there's a secret under the hood of a Ferrari that's got Hamilton's attention. There's a rumor going around about Ferrari having a revolutionary new power unit for 2026.
Hold on there. We need to be careful with spreading rumors. It's vital that we check our facts through reliable sources, like the official Formula One website or Bandeirantes, which broadcasts F1 in Brazil. We don't have any confirmation about Ferrari's power unit for 2026.
You're right, I apologize for that speculation. It's vital to ensure we're only discussing verified information. I'll be more cautious in the future.
Yes, let's stick to what we know for certain. Hamilton's move to Ferrari is a significant moment in the sport, regardless of the reasons behind it. It's a gamble, but as we've seen before, Hamilton has an impressive track record when it comes to taking risks. Hamilton's move to Ferrari is possibly the biggest driver move in Formula One history. It's a dramatic turn that has dominated talks even before the 2024 season has started. For years, Hamilton has been tempted by the charm of Ferrari, and now he's finally taking the step to become one of their drivers.
And it's not just a move, it's a statement. He's stepping up to challenge the status quo. Will the Silver Arrows or another team manage to challenge Red Bull's dominance? How will Hamilton fare against Ferrari's longtime protégé Charles Leclerc? And who will fill Hamilton's seat at Mercedes?
Those questions are indeed tantalizing. What we know for sure is that this move offers Hamilton a new challenge and an opportunity to cement his Formula One legacy. Only one other driver, the legendary Juan Manuel Fangio, has won the world title with more than 2 teams.
True, and Hamilton now has a shot at making it 3 wins with 3 different teams. After coming so close to his 8th championship in 2021, this move to Ferrari might just be the push he needs to claim that coveted title.
It's going to be fascinating to see how this pans out. If Hamilton secures his 8th title with Ferrari, it would indeed be a momentous achievement. We'll certainly be keeping a close eye on the developments. But for now, let's turn our attention to William. Have you had a chance to peruse the latest chatter in the online world?
Indeed, I have. Let's see. A user by the name of Balls to Break Late 44 has chimed in on Julian Sarasli's recent piece. Quote, "One more layer is the harsh reality of F1. If Horner falls, it won't be because of what he did or didn't do with that employee. It will be because they want his head. This does nothing to incentivize women to denounce behavior of this kind." Unquote.
Oh, that's a hard-hitting comment right there. Any notable responses?
There are quite a few. Here's one from Gasman. Quote, A very serious and sensitive complaint has now been weaponized and used as ammunition in a power play with absolutely no regard for the victim in this case, which is incredibly messed up, unquote.
The plot thickens. Any more?
Yes, user NoEntertainment9456 responded, quote, "On the other hand, had it not been weaponized, it would have been covered up by Red Bull with no regard for the victim, as they had done before the leak," unquote.
Stirring up quite a storm, isn't it? What else?
Well, Boboli Burt came back with, quote, "By covered up, you mean her personal messages would not have been leaked anonymously so gawkers could laugh and make Cocoa Krispies jokes? How does this transparency help her in any way? It only helps websites to monetize, drive traffic, and get clicks," unquote. It's a solid point.
That is indeed a valid argument. By the sounds of it, this is a heated topic.
Absolutely. And it's not just the fans that are concerned. Here's a comment from Reasonable Cress 5116. Quote, "If it is truly a cover-up, how can any woman in that company feel a future complaint won't be brushed aside?" Unquote.
It's a whirlwind of opinions, isn't it? I appreciate your insights, William. It's clear that this is a hot-button issue that is going to continue to dominate both the track and the online world. That's all we have time for today on F1 Motor Fever podcast. We've had quite an engaging discussion about the biggest driver move in Formula One history and the impact it might have on the sport. It's been wonderful sharing these insights with you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated with us. Remember, your support is invaluable, and we love hearing from you. So do feel free to share our podcast with your friends, family, and fellow Formula One enthusiasts. And hey, why not drop a comment with your thoughts on today's topic?
Absolutely. And don't forget, we're here every day to keep you in the loop with all things Formula One. So make sure you keep those notifications on. We've got some exciting discussions lined up, and you wouldn't want to miss out on any of the action, would you?
We couldn't have said it better, William. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today. We're already looking forward to our next episode.
Until then, keep those engines revving and those gears shifting. Enzo and William, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.